as always, I want to be making sure that I'm answering the questions that you guys actually want answered. So, we put up the post, Tutoring Thursdays. Now, usually this is a post where I've been to the lectures and we've got a certain subject to cover. So, the Easter break, there's no lectures for the Masters. So, I want to go through what you actually want to have answered. So, first things first, we've got Bubba Montgomery. If a female were extremely underweight but fit in terms of working out, what would be the best way for her to gain weight but not fat? How long would it take? Are there supplements or foods recommended for that? Now, Bubba, if a client comes to me and they're extremely underweight, first off, I want to be looking at why is this? Is this a case of potentially is there some disordered eating in there? So, all being well, I'm going to just consider that there's no disordered eating in here right now. So, we haven't got to look to refer to a specialist in that area. Now, with clients that are underweight, saying that they want to put on weight but not fat, then the only thing you can really do is to hydrate and put on muscle. So, if you've been dehydrated, if you've been very low carb, then putting carbs in there is going to help your body absorb more water and get it into the muscle. So that's essentially going to put on a bit more weight straight away. Not much, a couple of kilos, but that is if they're extremely dehydrated. And the repercussions of that is going to be there's more performance, there's more oomph, there's more go, there's more fuel in the tank there, because those carbohydrates are going to provide that energy. Now, to put on weight and to put on muscle, we need to be doing the right training for this. So, if you want to be putting on muscle and you're doing lots of endurance work, loads and loads and loads of obstacle course work and stuff like that, then it's not really going to happen. Unless you're sprinting and stuff like that. But even with sprinters, they will be in the gym. So, to put on weight without putting on fat, essentially, I would actually look to advise someone to go on a resistance training program. Make sure you keep your endurance work up, because you're going to put on a little bit of weight, and if that endurance work isn't 100%, you're going to be able to keep that endurance up, and that extra weight isn't going to impact the work you're doing there. You're not going to come all muscle bound or anything like that. So get in the gym to put some work on there, put some resistance exercises in, some squats, some deadlifts, bench press, some shoulder work, some chins and that sort of thing. Focus on compound exercises which work more than one muscle at a time. Get food in there, plenty of food. Look to go on a calorie surplus. So find out how many calories you need. So weigh yourself at the start of the week, weigh yourself at the end of the week. Find out how much you've eaten during that week on average. And then if you've put on weight, that's cool. Maybe about 0.5 or half a pound a week, pound a week. No more than 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds a week that a lot of people can do basically without putting on fat. Now that is actually a rough guideline there. Everyone is individual. Depending on how long they've trained and everything like this, they're going to put on weight at a different amount. Their genetics are going to take a massive hit there when it comes to how quickly they're going to do it. So how quickly will it take? How long's a piece of string? Some people may do it in 12, 14, 16 weeks. Some people may do it in a year. Depends how much you want to put on, how quickly you want to put it on, and how much you want to risk putting on some extra fat as well. Supplements or foods to help, high protein foods and carbohydrates. Well, to be fair, carbs, proteins and fats are all going to help. It's about getting those calories in there. But those carbohydrates, think of it like this. Proteins are the bricks. Carbohydrates are the workers that are going to lay those bricks. And fats are the cement that's going to keep those bricks together. If you've got too many carbs, the workers are going to be holding all around at the gardens and they're going to just loiter the place up. So you don't want too many carbs. You get too many bricks, they're just going to be stuck as rubble in the garden looking all messy. So you don't want too many bricks. You get too much cement, then that just gets stuck and it's actually really hard to shift because it's now gone solid. So you don't want too much cement. So you need the right balance for each person as an individual. It sounds a bit of a cop-out answer, but it does depend on who that individual is. I would like to speak to them to actually see what the caloric needs would be, see how many carbs we need for their activity levels, how much protein and how much fat we need in there. Roughly protein, I would go at least 1 gram per pound. In this instance, if very, very underweight, I would look on tracking by the actual goal weight rather than the weight they're at right now. So hopefully that's answered the question. I'm going to go on and get more questions and answers throughout the week, and we will get them answered as we go along. But thank you for the question, Bubba.